Okay, so let's start off with understanding what your biome is. Your biome is, for our purposes tonight, is what lives inside of your digestive system. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your digestive system, what happens in the digestive tract. In order to have a healthy digestive tract, you need a couple of things. There are many things, but these are some key components that you need. You need mucus, you need acid, and you need bacteria. The last one usually surprises people. We need bacteria. Yes, you actually need to have a huge amount of bacteria in your body. So tonight we're going to talk about how your digestive system works with these things. Okay. Let's start off by talking about what the microbiome is. So microbiome, defined, is a community of organisms like fungi, bacteria, and viruses that exist in an environment. So inside of you, you have a microbiome. You have lots and lots of these cells helping to create healthy processes within you. What helps make this biome strong is really up to a few things. The foods that we choose to eat, habits that we integrate into our lives, and then also we can help keep this biome strong by using supplements. Now, something that surprises people is that your biome has 39 trillion cells. You have more bacterial cells in your body than you have human cells in your body, which is crazy. You have about 30 trillion human cells. You have 39 trillion bacteria that are in your body that are helping to make sure certain processes take place. Lots of processes take place, okay? So let's go through the digestive tract and see how food flows through you. And we're gonna just focus on three main areas tonight, okay? We're gonna focus on the mouth, we're gonna focus on the stomach, and we're gonna focus on your intestinal tract and talk about how your bacteria need to be in balance within those and what happens if that doesn't happen, okay? So let's start. I like to explain things with analogies. So let's talk, everyone knows what the mouth is. Obviously, I'm using mine right now. So it's not something that's foreign. You can see it, you know that food goes into it, you know it cuts it up. That's one of its main purposes, right? We cut our food up in our mouth to make it into more digestible pieces to eat. What you don't know, or many people don't know, is that within your mouth, you release enzymes. And enzymes break down food right when the food goes into your mouth. So you get enzymes that are broken down, and then you get proteins and sugars that are broken down by bacteria that are released in your mouth. Did you know there are 35 different strains of bacteria that live inside your mouth? 35. That's a lot, right? And it's a healthy balance. If those get out of balance, what happens is you end up having issues within your mouth. You also end up, if those bacteria aren't in healthy balance in your mouth, because you can get unhealthy bacteria. When I say 35 bacteria, I'm talking about healthy bacteria that are supposed to be in your mouth. But there can be unhealthy bacteria that grow and fester inside your mouth. If you don't eat your food properly, if you don't chew it up properly, and if these bacteria don't digest food properly, it gives you problems later on down in your digestive tract, in your small and large intestine, because the food hasn't been broken down properly. If it doesn't break down properly, unfortunately, what you end up having is a bacterial overgrowth of unhealthy bacteria because the food hasn't been broken down the way that it's supposed to. So having healthy bacteria inside of your mouth is super important, not just for foods breaking down, but also it can lead to a lot of mouth and dental problems, right? If we don't have healthy bacteria. So let me tell you some symptoms, how you might know if you have a bacterial problem within your mouth, okay? Have you ever met someone that has really bad breath? no matter what they do, if they brush 3 times a day, if they use mouthwash or whatever, they always have bad breath. Now, we're all going to have some sort of bad breath when we wake up in the morning, right? That happens because there are juices that are simmering in your stomach, and some of the gases are going to come up into your mouth. That's going to happen, right? But we're talking about someone who has bad breath a lot of the time, or maybe you find yourself having this. That can be a symptom of having a unhealthy amount of bacteria, or I should say unhealthy bacteria in your mouth, okay? Also, if you have dental problems, tooth, gum, inflammation, lots of tartar building up on your teeth, this can be because bacteria aren't in the correct proportions within your mouth, okay? So what can you do to keep this mouth nice and clean and fresh and happy? Number one, unhealthy bacteria love simple carbohydrates. So they feed on that. Avoiding simple carbohydrates, sugars, right, is going to help keep the bacteria in the right proportions within your mouth. That's why dentists are always saying avoid sugar, don't eat sugar. This is why. It's you're feeding unhealthy bacteria, which are going to have an effect. Now, they're not going to just have an effect on the things that will break down teeth and gums, but they're also going to have an effect on not breaking down food the way that it's supposed to be broken down, so that you're having an easier time digesting later on, right? Another thing that you can do to help the food later on in your digestive tract, we said this earlier, chew thoroughly. You want to make sure that food is nice and ground up and ready to go down into the stomach and begin digestion. Here's one that many people might not think about. Maybe they say, oh, you know what? I have a mouthwash that I use every night, or I use a couple times a day, once in the morning, once at night. Use an alcohol-free mouthwash. This is, I cannot stress this, guys. This is so important. Did you know you increase your chance of diabetes and prediabetes by 55% if you use an alcohol-based mouthwash? 55%, guys. That's huge. If we could just help people not use Listerine and use something that did not have alcohol in it, we would decrease their chances significantly of developing diabetes, right? This is because it gets the bacteria in your mouth out of sorts. It kills all the bacteria in your mouth. And because of that, what's going to happen is you're going to break down, you're not going to be able to break down the foods that the way that you need to, and you can't digest them. You can't metabolize them properly. And as a result, you're going to build a dysfunction where you're not going to be able to use your sugars the way that you need to. So I put up on here, you can see doTERRA's got a great mouthwash, an On Guard based mouthwash. It's fantastic. It does not kill your healthy bacteria. It keeps things in proper proportions. It is alcohol free. It has always been alcohol free since they developed it 7-8 years ago. It's a fantastic mouthwash. Do not use an alcohol-based mouthwash, okay? And then we're going to be going more into this one right here called PB Restore. This is so unique, guys, because most probiotics are only for the gut. This probiotic has 5 strains that are specific to the mouth. That's huge. That just doesn't happen. You don't see it in a probiotic product, other probiotic products. So we're going to talk more about this in a bit, but I wanted to tease you with this helps your mouth. It helps the first step in the digestive process, okay? Next, we have our stomach, which is kind of like our crock pot. You know, you chop up your potatoes and your carrots into smaller pieces, and it goes and it simmers in that crock pot. This is acidic, and this needs to be acidic. You need to have acid that will break down your food into smaller portions, okay? Very, very important in that process. Why? It needs to be acidic to break down your food, and it burns out harmful bacteria. So if you always find yourself popping Alka-Seltzers and antacids and things like that, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're giving the unhealthy bacteria a chance to pass through the stomach, which is supposed to burn out a lot of the unhealthy bacteria, and get into your digestive tract, which you don't want. You don't want something that can go into the digestive tract and then go over into the over the digestive barrier into your bloodstream. You don't want that. So we need to have it acidic. Therefore, I'm going to go into a couple of things, what we can help to keep it acidic in just a little bit. But if you find yourself having symptoms like these, if you have discomfort, if you have heartburn, these are the type of things that you can avoid by keeping your digestive tract healthy. Okay, so but these are a couple things that you might notice after you eat, right? So here are some things that you can help to keep a healthy stomach. Avoid alkaline water. And I know this is one that a lot of people want to say, no, alkaline, you need alkaline. I will not fight you on alkaline foods. Go ahead and eat all the alkaline foods that you want. Alkaline water, when it hits your stomach, it will make your stomach less acidic. You will not be able to break down the foods that you need or the way that you need. And therefore, you are going to have a harder time digesting your food in your small and large intestine, okay? Another thing that you want to do is make sure you eat at least 3 hours before your bedtime. This gives your body a chance to actually digest. If you are doing this right before you sleep, you're going to end up with your acid is going to be very, very active. You're going to end up, a lot of people have acid reflux if they eat too late. That will predispose them to have acid reflux. So make sure you eat well before you sleep. Eating mindfully, make sure that you're trying not to eat while you're watching movies or TV. You're going to end up overeating, and you're generally not going to eat the most healthy things then either. And watch how you feel when you eat. If you notice something really upsets your stomach, that might be a good sign that you could avoid that because it's just going to create inflammation in your stomach, and that's going to create problems later on. All right, it's our experience packet time. If you have your experience packet, pull it out. We have something that we're going to talk about, Digest Zen. This is a fantastic oil. It is one that I love to use if I have any type of digestive problems going on. It has a lot of awesome oils in it. It's got ginger, peppermint, caraway. It has fennel. So all of these oils are helping to calm down the stomach and help that digestive tract move a little bit smoother. So I love to use this. You can pull it out. You can rip off the little top off your little packet if you want. I am actually having a little bit of problem right now on my stomach. So I'm going to take it and I rub it right directly on my stomach. And for me, that really helps. That'll take away any type of burning. Corey, even though you don't have yours, I see you've got you got your oil there. Go ahead and you can rub it right on your stomach, or you can take it internally. You can take a drop, just go right. You can go under your tongue or directly into your mouth. And that will help calm down the stomach, make it so it's not giving you so many digestive problems. Okay. Roman chamomile is an awesome one also for acid reflux. If you find yourself having that often, you can use Roman chamomile. A couple drops of that in water or directly on your tongue. It helps to really calm down the system and make sure you don't get that acid reflux giving you problems. Let's go on to the next part. The next organ that we're going to cover is your small intestines. If any of you have a juicer, I know you're familiar with what this looks like, but the small intestine's job is to squish up your food after it's come out of the stomach and squeeze all of your vitamins, minerals, all of your macronutrients out of it, right? Proteins, fats, sugars. It's supposed to get those out. And then it's going to go over the intestinal wall into your bloodstream, okay? Another incredible thing that the small intestine does, it creates 90% of serotonin. Serotonin, if you're not familiar, that's a hormone. That's kind of your happy, peaceful hormone. 90% of it is created in your small intestine. That's crazy if you think about it, guys. Only 10% is made in your brain, okay? So if we think that we don't have this gut-brain connection, right? We're fooling ourselves. That's where a lot of our happy hormones reside. 90% of our serotonin is there. Okay, this is full of bacteria, small and large intestine. So remember, I said 39 trillion bacterial cells, right? 30 trillion of those cells are in your small and large intestine. That's a lot, right? That's where this is prime time, where a lot of your bacteria are having their way with your food, breaking down your food, getting all the nutrients out of that food. That's why we need to have this bacterial, a healthy bacteria in that small and large intestine. Another thing that people don't know is the small intestine is one of your main organs for your immune system, right? 70% of your immune system takes place in your small and large intestine, 70%. So that's huge. What that means is, or why that is we have bacteria that are going all along the inside of our small and large intestine. It's covered in. It has mucus. That's a very good layer for implantation of our bacteria. It allows them to thrive. But why? What happens there is if you have healthy bacteria that are taking up all the spaces in your intestinal wall, you don't have space for unhealthy bacteria. You don't have space for things that are going to be intruders. They're trying to go over your intestinal wall and into the bloodstream, right? So that's why 70% of your immunity takes place in your intestinal system, okay? So I cannot tell you how important this is to make sure that your small intestine and large intestine are healthy. Let's move down to the large intestine. What does it do? Most of your water is absorbed back into your system, like from the food you eat and the water you drink, in your large intestine. It goes back into your blood and then back into the body. More bacteria are used to break down food, but this is kind of your dehydrator. This takes the food from a plump, wet state and sucks out all the nutrients and all the water, squeezes it, processes it, and gets all the vitamins and minerals out of it that we can. All right. How would you know if your intestines aren't happy? So people who have gas, if you experience a lot of bloating, or maybe you tend to get sick very easily. If you tend to get colds really easily, things come up frequently for you. That's a good sign that maybe your intestinal system, your small and large intestine, are having some issues. Okay, those are some signs. So what can we do to help make sure that our intestines are thriving? Cook your vegetables. This will allow for your vitamins to be more bioavailable. Your vegetables are a key source of vitamins. So if you cook them, it makes them easier to break down. It makes them easier for your intestines to get those vitamins out of it, okay? We talked about this with your mouth. Avoid sugar. It's going to feed the unhealthy bacteria. Another thing, we're getting into the fall. And what does fall mean? Fall means flu for some people that don't take care of themselves. And what does flu mean? Flu means if you go into your primary care doctor, they're probably going to give you an antibiotic for something that's not even needing an antibiotic, right? But if you do need an antibiotic, because there are rare times when I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, use an antibiotic, you need to make sure that you get a probiotic back into your system because you need to replenish. It's going to kill all. It's going to kill healthy bacteria and unhealthy bacteria, just like what we did with Listerine, right? If you do a alcohol-based mouthwash, it's going to kill everything. That's what an antibiotic does for your gut. And you can't have that. You need to have a healthy gut, okay? So replenishing it. Now, how do we replenish it? We're going to talk about a couple things. You don't have the PB Assist Plus, but you do have this PB Assist Junior. That's what came in your experience packet. You can pull that out. I'm going to pull mine out. And I'm going to tell you why you don't have the Experience Plus, the PB Assist Plus. It's because it's brand new. It just came out a week and a half ago. And I didn't know it was coming out, but it was kind of fun that it came out. We had already planned this class 6 months ago in advance, so it was kind of fun that that lined up right with this class. But PB Assist Junior has been replaced by PB Assist Plus, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But let's use this right now. If you have it, go ahead and you can tear off the, if I can, there we go. You can tear off the top. It's got a really nice flavor, which is nice, but it's got a kind of a watermelon, strawberry flavor. And this goes right in your mouth, like kind of like a pixie. You can put it in water too. We actually put one of these in water for Finley. So nice and easy. Has a nice flavor. Now I will tell you, the PB Assist Junior was meant to be more focused for kids. They've replaced it with PB Assist Plus. Now, this can be used by anyone. It doesn't have to be, it's not just kids. This is focused mostly on probiotics for your digestive tract, okay? So this is all the healthy bacteria. And then I'll talk a little bit more about PB Restore in a second, because that's a little bit more involved. But this is one, if you don't like taking pills, this is probably a good fit for you, just for your digestive tract, okay? Which is, it's awesome. It replaces what doTERRA had before, which was the PB Assist Junior, which is the one that we just sent you out. This one, as you can see, it's got 2 billion more colonizing units, which is the AFUs, which basically means it's got a lot more probiotic in it, right? It also has a lot more strains in it. It's a lot more diverse, which is great for your gut lining, right? It is also, I think this is a really good option for people who just want to focus on gut. For people who want to focus on a little bit more, PB Restore is probably a good option for you, okay? So this is a lot more than just what you can get for your average probiotic. Most probiotics are going to be just that. They're just going to be bacteria, right? When I say probiotic, that's what we're talking about. PB Restore has what's called probiotic, it has prebiotic, it has postbiotic, and it has phages. Let me explain a little bit what this means. Okay, so if you haven't used PB Restore, let me show you what this looks like. It's this cool little capsule. And if you can see that, it's got this inner capsule that's green and an outer capsule that's got this white in it, or clear, right? What this is, it's really quite a good design. And it's unique to doTERRA, where they actually have, on the outside, there are prebiotics. Prebiotics will actually feed the probiotic, right? They'll feed what's actually inside the green thing that's in there, right? Which is awesome, because prebiotic is food to help feed that bacteria, to help it grow in culture, right? This is also enteric-coated, so it will get through the stomach. That's really important, because most probiotics don't make it through the stomach. I should say also, the PB Assist, this one's also enteric-coated, so it can get through the stomach, right? And it can get there alive, so you don't burn up all the bacteria, which is what a lot of probiotics, if you take them, that's what they'll do. This also has what's called a postbiotic, which is basically some of the constituents that the probiotic will break down. It already has some of those in there, so you're already getting the benefit of that. This also has what's called phages. So phages they're actually a virus, a healthy virus that breaks down unhealthy bacteria. Did you know 90% of people have E. coli in their gut, in their small and large intestine? Did you know that? These phages are specific to help target E. coli, and they will help kill E. coli. They'll destroy E. coli, and it will open up a spot for bacteria, healthy bacteria that you have in here, to go implant into that, that gut lining, which is awesome, right? So PB Restore is they're replacing the PB Assist. And something that excites me is this. It has 3 times the amount of live cells per capsule, which is huge. So you're getting 8 billion rather than the 6 billion that used to be in PB Assist Plus. You're also getting a much broader spectrum. You're getting 29 strains, which is really significant. And we'll talk about that in just a sec. The significance in that is it helps different things. So this also has what we talked about already, the postbiotic and the bacteriophage strains, which are things that help break down the unhealthy bacteria, right? Then because it has these extra strains, now it can help things that we're not even going to talk about tonight, which are respiratory health. So it'll actually help the bacteria that are in your lungs, that are in the linings of your lungs. It'll help oral health, which we did talk about. That's the mouth, right? We talked about how you need healthy bacteria in your mouth, but this also helps healthy bacteria on your skin and also things like cardiovascular health. So it's a big bump up. It's a fantastic addition. And we end up having 30 bioactive components, which is awesome. These are all the different bacterial strains that you're getting. And then also you can see the phages, postbiotic, and the prebiotic, right? So if you want to be able to maximize your digestive tract and help it be the most healthy that it can be, here are some things that you can hone in on. We talked about the different habits that you can train. These are the types of things that you can use as far as products go. And this is just kind of a little snapshot. You can take a snapshot of that if you want to say like, okay, I know what to use for what. But the mouthwash and the PB Restore, that's going to help with your probiotic in your mouth, right? The stomach, keeping it healthy and happy. The Digestive can help keep that calm. And the Aroma Chamomile can help with any type of acid reflux you're dealing with. Then the PB Assist Plus is that one. That can help with your probiotic strictly for your gut. So you're talking about your small and large intestine. The PB Restore has a lot more wide variety of healthy bacteria for you. This has 26 different types, where this has 16, right? So it's got 10 more. And it's going to help a wider variety of issues in your body, right? So it's going to help with the mouth, and it's going to help with the intestinal lining. It's going to help with lungs, skin, things like that. So this is an awesome thing. And it also has, like we said, it has bacteriophages, which help actually root out unhealthy bacteria. So that's a really cool addition that it has to that. So that is it as far as going through the biome and keeping a healthy biome.